Chris Vipin, you made me mad. You made me so mad that I'm making a second video about you, you stupid piece of shit. Since I said what my past was in my primary school, you have no right to be using that against me, and no right to be laughing at this shit as well. I was talking to the professor about this, you nosy prick. If this was you, I wouldn't laugh, but now I will since you think my trauma is funny. You also think you're tough as well, dude. You run from fights and pretend you're a gangster. You also tried spraying a bottle of bleach in my eyes. You're so lucky that was closed, because if it wasn't, you'd be in your deathbed with your legs missing. And that's just me being nice. Oh wait, give me a moment to transition.
Much better. Sorry that my voice now sounds like this, but I told you it's an upgrade, and you people can hate if you want, but it's still not gonna stop me from using this style. Now let's talk about this person. And I know I sound British, but this is how I like to sound, since I'm from Britain. Now, Chris Vipin, you did a lot of shit that made me mad, and there's probably gonna be a part 3 to this prick. First of all, talking shit about my pets, and even my dead one, like, are you okay? I even tried explaining why the type of pet I have is just as good. But no, you have to fly in and say that you wish all my pets died. And I'm trying my best to keep it calm, but the stuff you say and do make me go. And if you want to know how much of a pest he is on a scale from 1 to 10, he's definitely a 17. Since he is saying shit to women, and I can say that it's gotten worse. He called one of the girls in my class a very vulgar word that would get me cancelled. But everyone, what's the word you call a girl that begins with S for being rude to you? You can say it, but I can't, since I have respect for women. Since you have needs, you can just use that word on girls. How disgraceful of you. I don't use this word, and I'm still having the time of my life while being fit. That's one thing this guy hasn't fixed, is his problem with females. And the other thing is the photos of my sister-in-law. Now, I'm not showing the picture because I want privacy, but I didn't show him the picture because of what he'll say. And that is, he will call her all sorts of names. And this is the first bit. I still have a good few more topics to cover. But before that, subscribe or else you'll become Chris Vipin, and hit the notification bell thingy. Now, let's continue on with this sack of shit. You keep on repeating the stuff one of the girls in my class says. It's not like we want a background voice for everything. And when someone is trying to tell you to stop, you get pissed off and start to talk back like you're amazing when you're not. On to the next topic, shall we? And this one is worse than the last topic. And trust me, it is bad, very bad. And this would be about his habit of stealing. He keeps on snooping through mine and other people's bags, and takes things like headphones and rulers and claim it's his. Now, that's criminal. He even tried taking one of my diamond watches. But I caught this bitch punk in the act, and he said he wants to try it, when I paid €650 to €700 on it, and you have no right to be taking people's belongings without permission. Now, let's continue with the other stuff he's stolen. He also took someone else's headphones. Just to be clear, he wants to be a police officer, and steal other people's stuff is a good way to go. Nah, Chris, you do this in any other job, jail time straight away. Also, why did you say you want to try my watch when you were trying to put it in your pocket? Absolute clown, you hear me right? You're a clown. You and Rocky Raccoon will be best friends forever, since one of you watches bad stuff on the school iPad and the other creates it. Amazing duo. Do you mind if I say why your iPad got snatched from you? Of course not, but I'm saying it anyways. Now everyone prepare yourself for a heart attack. The reason why this happened because he was watching children content, and the children content I'm on about is the stuff on the hub. Now, that's some shit that can get you expelled and arrested as well. But no, the principal is still using the he has needs excuse for this. This is not even where those excuses can help him out. Stupid obese principal. This isn't even where taking his iPad can stop this. He has a phone and chills in the bathroom for 6 business days. He still probably watches the hub on his phone by using the school Wi-Fi, which is shit, by the way. Chris Vipin, how do you look at yourself in the mirror and say, you're not a pedophile, when you are the biggest one, since you keep watching 11-year-old girls get groomed by someone 4 times their age? Now your mind is probably all screwed up, and is turned into mush from your sick-ass entertainment. Now I did a 2 birds with 1 stone move. I talked about his habit of stealing and watching the hub. The next one is his fakeness. And this one is gonna be a bit long. So he always acts like he owns everything and say anything he wants to other people. Especially to the females in my class. You're such a disgrace, aren't you? And you call yourself tough, you're just a bitch. Hop over to my crib, and I'll show you what real toughness looks like, and along with my 9mm. And if you want to say something again, say it to me with my G19 pistol in my hand, you sissy. So Chris Vipin, you're not a gangster, you're not even from a rough area. I was from Brixton, and you want to test me. Go ahead, I dare you. Now back to his fakeness on how he acts like a hard man. He breaks other people's stuff and insults others by their looks. He even towards me says, and does these things as well. I just like how there is people like this around the world, and they think no one's gonna kick their head inside out. Then they get put in the hospital 3 days later. I honestly find this type of stuff funny, because Chris doesn't have filter. He'll just say it without regards. And even today, I turned my back to do my work, and you stuck the finger up at me. Did you forget I'm from Brixton? Of course you did, because why else would you stick the middle finger up at me? And also the gang threat symbols you keep sticking up. This guy thinks if he went anywhere in the UK, he'll be fine. If you pulled that out on a normal UK person, you'll get yourself and your family killed. In fact, worse, they'll leave your family alone. But they'll beat the shit out of you to put you in your place. Fake guy, if you think you're so tough, then write a diss about me and see if I don't throw fire back. I'm gonna give you the first bullet since you hate me that much. But anyways, see you guys on the next call out on someone random. Bye bye, audience.